Hey, it's May here. How would it help your career if you could speak up at meetings with confidence and authority? Well, I can tell you for a long time I wasn't able to do that, but when I did figure it out, it really helped me make progress. So here are 3 strategies that I found really useful, and I hope that you do too. Because after all, we're in meetings a lot, and that's where your boss, your senior managers, your colleagues, your clients, that's where they get to see you in action. So it really pays to be able to show up as your very best, most confident self. Strategy number 1 is to manage your mindset. So often it's about how we frame the meeting. So instead of framing it as something kind of scary and pressure filled, like, oh, this is a stage I have to perform on and I have to sound intelligent and not sound dumb. Instead, frame it as something much more energizing, like this is an opportunity for me to share my experiences, for me to hear from others, to learn. And as you manage your mindset, see if you can come from a place of curiosity rather than critique. Curiosity about what might happen, how the meeting might unfold. And then you want to defuse your fear. It's normal to feel fear. That's our brain trying to protect us from danger. But you're not really in any danger. Danger of embarrassment, sure. But so you want to welcome the fear, acknowledge it, say, hey, thank you so much for showing up. You've now done your job, so you can head right back home and then send it on its way. Strategy number 2 is to prepare your points. Here, there are 3 ways that you can prepare your points. Number 1 is to use the rule of 3, because human brains can't retain more than 3 ideas at the same time. And it will help you if you can take whatever you want to say and group it into 3 main points. Think bullets. The second thing is you want to use powerful language, and that means avoiding any kind of apology language and using powerful words and phrases instead. So you don't want to start with, oh, well, I'm not quite sure, but I guess, right? Instead, you want to say, well, my instinct is, or I believe, or in my experience, and then say your 3 bullet points. And then finally, you want to practice out loud. So when you're preparing, make sure that you've heard yourself say these things, because that'll give you a lot more confidence when you're in the room. Which brings me to strategy 3, which is to stay present so that you can spot opportunities to speak up when you're in the meeting itself. In every meeting, there are 3 parts. There's the beginning, the middle, and the end. And you can jump in at any or all of those parts. I found the beginning to be really important for me because I needed to hear my voice in the room in the first 60 seconds. Otherwise, my whole what-if engine of negative self-talk would just spiral out of control. Even if it's just introducing yourself, saying your name, asking a question, whatever it is. So you can jump in the beginning. The middle is a nice wide open space where you can either jump in with your 3 bullet points or just one of them at a time, or you could build on somebody else's points. They'll always appreciate you for that. Or you could ask a question, ask open-ended questions so that it continues the conversation. And you can even ask an innovation question in case the group is sort of stuck. So you could say, ask, what if? So maybe they're making the assumption that we could never get approval from senior management. What if we could get approval? What would we do then? Or you can ask, how might we? Well, how might we make it possible? And that just invites possibility. And then in the closing part of the meeting, if you're really good at synthesizing and summarizing, that would be a great time to showcase that skill set. And as you're choosing your spots and looking for where you can jump in, you can be managing your physiology, managing your body, managing your physical self. And you do that by breathing. Make sure you're breathing and sitting up and taking up your room. And I also sometimes feel the need to move. And if you need to move, you can do that by getting up and pouring yourself a glass of water or a cup of coffee on the sideboard. Or sometimes I've even done this. As I'm breathing, I've stretched. I don't usually do it with both arms because that takes up a lot of space. But then, I kind of do it as though I had just been to the gym that morning and was still feeling the effects of it. And those are some of the ways that I found have really helped me to become confident in making my points and sound authoritative in meetings. So what I'd love to know is which of these 3 strategies would most move the needle for you if you were to take action on it right now. And leave me a comment. I'd love to hear. So if you're watching this from anywhere other than my blog, head on over to maybusch.com/blog, and I look forward to welcoming you there. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then hit the red button to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified of new videos. So now I want you to go out there and be bold, play big, and spark joy for yourself and everyone around you.